Blessed and happy Sunday to all of you, my dear friends, my dear brothers and sisters, my dear good people of God, faithful followers of the Daily Gospel Reflection with Father Jack. My dear kababayans, today is January 28, 2024, and today is the fourth Sunday in Ordinary Time, Year B. Our Gospel for today is from the beautiful and the wonderful account of the Gospel of Mark, chapter 1, verses 21 to 28. Today, we're going to reflect on the topic about authority. That is, recognizing the authority of Jesus. When you speak about authority, it means you have the power, you have the right to give orders, to make decisions, and to enforce obedience. And it's good to ask ourselves today, how do we exercise our power? How do we exercise our authority? Do we use it for the good of others? Do we use it to bring about positive change? Or do we abuse our authority? Remember that our use of power, our use of authority has the potential to lift people up or to tear them down. It's either to encourage people or to discourage them. In our first reading, the Israelites were afraid of direct communication to God. So they asked for a human person, a prophet, one from them. A prophet who will speak in God's name. God will put his words into the prophet's mouth, and he shall tell the people of all God's commands. And the mission of the prophet is to say only the word of God, not to fabricate it. The authority of the prophet here arose in the midst of Israel because of fear. Because they were afraid. A prophet has authority, but in a way, indirect. God authority would come to them through the prophet. My dear friends, my dear brothers and sisters, God will always send someone, to remind us about the word of God. We need to respect. We need to listen, and we need to obey them. It will cost $0 to respect our authority. That's why in our second reading, St. Paul reminds us that we should not allow anything and anyone to destroy our attention to the Lord. Let us give our full attention to God. Whatever our status in life, whether you are single or married, adhere to Jesus. Give your full attention to him, because the Lord wants us to be free from anxieties and free from worries. Give your full attention to God. That is our second reading is trying to tell us. Now, in our gospel, Jesus on the Sabbath taught in a synagogue. And we don't know what he taught, but we know how the people reacted to his teaching. They were spellbound. They were amazed, The people were surprised that he taught with such authority, unlike the scribes. Jesus has authority, and this is manifested in confronting and in casting out evil spirit, driving out evil spirit. He is not just an ordinary prophet promised in our first reading. And the Spirit reveals the source of his authority, that he is the Holy One of God. His authority is divine because he is the Son of God. What I love in our gospel is that the first who listen to Jesus is the evil spirit. They are the one who first recognized Jesus. But friends, when we listen to Jesus, anything that is evil will come out in us. Evil is harmful. The devil will harm us, but Jesus comes not to destroy, but he will come to save us. And we are reminded today that evil spirit exists. But the good news is, God is more powerful than evil spirit. Jesus has authority over them. That's why Jesus rebuked the evil spirit, and the evil spirit were very noisy. They love shouting. They love yelling. And one of the characteristic of evil spirit is noise. Why? Because they wanted to get the attention of the crowd, to be the center and to be the focus of everything. Their authority is in shouting, in noise. That's why we need to be careful with noisy people, because noisy people are prone to danger. The more you speak, the more you sin. Remember, silence is the language of God. If you notice, noisy birds or talkative birds cannot build its nests. That's why people with amazing practice of authority always have two things on their lips. What are those? Smile and silence. My friends, exercise your authority with a smile and accompany with it actions, not with words. And when your actions contradict your words don't mean anything, and your authority is very questionable. Let me end my reflection with 3 S. S. Number 1, I would like to remind you of this truth. You are not a demon. You don't have the unclean spirit in you, right? So, the first S, refrain from shouting. Avoid demonic behavior like yelling, shouting, and screaming, because the volume of your voice does not increase the validity of your authority. Learning to be quiet is allowing God to do the work. And take note, when you're angry, when you're upset, please close your mouth. Open your ears to the Lord by listening to His messengers and pay attention to the prophets around you. If you are a children, your prophet is your parents. Listen to them. Listen to those people in authority. And the second S, find your source, because your source is your authority. Your source will give you sublime power to perform wonders and miracles. Finding your source will provide you with powerful and questionable authority. And for Jesus, the temple, the synagogue, is his starting point. He gained power from the right source. My dear friends, today, find your strength in Jesus. Jesus is the right source of our authority. He is the right source to cast out evil spirits. Find your source, because your source will give you power. Your source will give you unquestionable authority. And the final S, today, spread the mighty works of God. Metastasize the wonders of God. Make the word of God viral. Spread the wonders of God so that demons cannot speak any longer. Mute the devil and let the world knows that Jesus is the Holy One of God, that Jesus is the Son of God. If you love and like this reflection, kindly share it with your others. Make the word of God viral so that many will be blessed. Amen.